Hi, it's Sunday dinner and I'm Chef Anthony Pino. Today I'm going to show you how to make a quinoa salad with a little Mediterranean feel. So I have some rock shrimp, some currants, toasted pine nuts, and lemon zest. So making quinoa, if you're not really familiar with it, it is a seedling from a plant that's very similar to spinach. So this is like a flowering part of the plant. It is delicious. It's very, you can do a lot with it. You can substitute it for rice and beans and risottos and stuff of that sort. It's great, and you cook it just like pasta. Salt to water, cook it, drain it, and mix it with whatever flavorings you like. My kids love it, and we love it also. So I've already cooked some off, and so it's already cool and totally cooked. I'm going to start by sauteing some rock shrimp with olive oil and garlic. Okay, so I'm going to add this extra virgin olive oil. I add some garlic that I'm going to slice. I'm going to add to that, and we're going to season this great dish with some Northern Africa Sicilian style flavorings. So I do have cinnamon, coriander. I'm going to bring in a little bit of Greek. I have some feta cheese. This is really a great dish. Served at room temperature is a great accompaniment or great as a meal by itself. So let's start by olive oil and garlic. Get this prepared. Now sometimes when you're cooking shrimp this small, I don't want to add the garlic too soon, okay, and not have the shrimp ready. So what I like to do is, I don't want to burn the garlic. So I'm going to add the shrimp right away. Make sure it's going to be hot. Okay? So that's hot. And now I'm going to salt and pepper it right in the pan. A little sea salt. Okay? And I'm going to add the garlic. I'm going to add extra olive oil because this is the olive oil that I'm going to mix to use to make the quinoa salad. So it's going to be really flavorful. The rock shrimp cook really fast. You can use anything you really like. You can put crab meat, you can put lobster, shrimp, you can do mussels and pull them from the shell, let them cool, and we'll make a mussel salad. So these are going to cook. You know, when cooking a lot, I really enjoy using currants. Small, little dried, great. One down the shirt. I love it. One of my favorite cheeses is feta cheese. Hard, briny, salty. One of our great things. I have some fresh cut scallions, fresh from our garden, the first herbs. We have some fresh cilantro and basil. I have some lemon zest here, okay, that peeled. What I'm going to do is, I peeled it with a peeler, then I'm going to julienne, nice and fine. So when you're putting this dish together, it's not just about the flavor, it's about how it looks, appears, the vibrancy of the colors, of the green, the yellow, the currants, the red from the tomatoes. Everything together makes it a great dish. So I have the fresh basil here, along with the cilantro that I pulled off. I'm also going to julienne that. Okay. Now, turn this up. The shrimp are cooking nicely. They're almost done. Now what we're going to do is, since I already have the quinoa already cooked, I have my bowl ready. I'm going to add quinoa to the bowl. And we can start adding all these ingredients and seasoning this up. So, what I like to do is add some quinoa. Because sometimes, you know what happens, you have so many ingredients that it's all this quinoa and just a little bit of ingredients and it kind of looks lame. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start with my bases of the quinoa. Now I'm going to add the lemon zest and the cilantro and basil. Get all that in there. I have some fresh scallions. I'm going to add some toasted pine nuts. We're going to add some capers. Okay. Fresh diced tomatoes. Just like the outsides of the tomatoes. Looks really cool. Not too runny. I'm going to add the currants. This is probably my favorite part, is the currants. Just love it. Okay. Now, like I said, we're going to look to see what does it need more of. Now this portion here is a nice sized portion for 2 people. It's a nice lunch. Okay. We have that. We're going to season it with a little bit of salt. Some fresh ground black pepper. A lot of fresh ground black pepper. Okay. My 2 spices I'm going to use, I have some ground cinnamon. Go light on that. A little coriander powder. It needs an acid to really bring out everything. So I'm using rice wine vinegar. It's great, it's sweet, but it has a good acidity. Maybe about a tablespoon to that. Okay? Another thing I'm going to add is fresh parsley. Tiny flat leaf parsley. Brings more greenness into it. Good. Just makes everything come alive. So we have that. Now we talked about, now that this is pretty much mixed well, we talked about the shrimp cooking nicely, and then I have extra, the olive oil, the garlic, the shrimp that are seasoned. I'm going to take all that and I'm going to pour all of this right into the dish. Look how great that looks, and it smells absolutely delicious. Okay, so let's mix this around. Does that look great? It has all the great colors, all the great flavors, the lemon zest, the scallions, the tomatoes, the capers, okay? The garlic is in there along with the rock shrimp. The rock shrimp is going to bring up the heat a little bit because it's nice and hot, but you know my favorite part is the feta cheese. So I'm just going to add a little bit of crushed feta cheese, and generally people say, oh, you shouldn't mix seafood with cheese. I say the same thing all the time, but for this dish, there's no doubts about it. It is incredible. I'm going to finish this off with a little bit more of extra virgin olive oil, not too much. Right now I can smell the cinnamon and the currants coming out. And you know exactly how it's going to taste. This, okay, let me get my handy dandy plate. Spoon this out. Great spring, summer dish. Let's get ready for the summer, eating light, eating great, eating healthy. It's a great dish, looks good. Let's see how it tastes. Get some rock shrimp on here along with the capers and feta cheese. I can taste everything in there. The acid from the rice wine vinegar, the feta cheese, the capers, the currants, adds that unique sweetness to it. The rock shrimp, incredible. Thank you so much. You can find this recipe on anthonydavis.com. Have a great week, and we'll see you next Sunday.